Hello, scholars. It is Eureka math time again. Happy Friday. So, if you're ready for Eureka, clap your hands. If you're ready for Eureka, clap your hands. If you're ready for Eureka and you want Miss Deal to teach it, if you're ready for Eureka, clap your hands. All right. So, for today's lesson, we are about to get started with our Do Now application problem. Okay? So, you should already have that at your desk. Alrighty, let's see what we're doing today. So, your application problem reads, draw 5 silly shapes. Okay? Draw 4 more silly shapes. How many silly shapes do you have? Okay? All right, so now let me break it down for you. So, you're going to draw how many silly shapes first? Right, you're going to draw 5 silly shapes. Then you're going to draw how many more silly shapes? Right, 4 more silly shapes. How many silly shapes will you have in all? You're going to have to count. Okay, and then I want you to count and practice writing that number on your paper. Okay, so now I'm going to start the timer. I have my little timer right here because I am going to give you 2 minutes to go ahead and start drawing, your 5 silly shapes. Okay. So after 1 minute has passed, then Miss Deal is going to start drawing her 5 silly shapes because she wants you to start doing some of it on your own so that you are not copying what I am drawing. Okay. So if you're ready, pencils up. And go. Draw 5 silly shapes. All right, so I will let you know when we get to the 1 minute marker. All right, and then you will see Miss Deal start to draw her shapes on the screen. All righty. Can't wait to see the finished product when I get back on Monday. All right, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds. So 30 more seconds until you see Miss Deal start drawing her shapes. But you should already be drawing your shapes on your screen. Not on your screen, excuse me, on your paper. I'm on my screen. Oh, wow. All right, so Miss Deal is going to start drawing her silly shapes. Ha ha. And see, I have my screen so I can draw my silly shapes. So I'm drawing 5. 1, I get to cheat. 2, 3, 4, and 5. One day I'll teach you how to do this when everybody brings their computer. So there are my 5 silly shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 silly shapes. And now I have to draw 4 more. So here I go with my 4 more silly shapes. Which shape am I going to draw this time? Do, 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 do. Haha. I want to try this one. Here we go. 1. Oops. And then I am going to fill that buddy in. 2. Copy. 3. And 4. All right. Our 2 minutes are up. And I have my 4 more silly shapes. All right. Whoa. Now, looking at my screen, how did I place my shapes? What configuration did I place my shapes in? You're absolutely right. My shapes are in a linear configuration. Now I am going to count, and you should have drawn your silly shapes as well. So I'm going to count to myself. I'm not going to count out loud, and then you're going to see me write that number on the screen, okay? Woo, I know how many silly shapes I have. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I know how many I have. Boom, boom. And I wrote my number. How many silly shapes was it? 9 silly shapes. You should have written the number 9. Kiss your brain, because you're so smart. Now, we are going to shift gears. So put your pencil down, put your packet down, and I want you to now take a look at our next slide, which will be all about our lesson today. So we are going to learn and explore. Okay, we are doing lesson number 25. So today we will count 10 objects in a linear configuration and an array configuration. Then we will match it with the number 10. What number 10? And place it on our 5-group mat. All right. So what number is this? What number we're going to be working with today? Number 10. All right. We are moving right along. So 10. All right. So what do we call this right here? It is not called a 10 frame. It is called a 5-group mat. And it is called a 5-group mat because we have 2 groups of 5 dots. All right. So what I am going to do first, you're going to see me place my beans on the mat. Okay. I am going to start off by putting 5 beans on the mat. Watch me do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 5 beans on the mat. There are my 5 beans on the mat. And now I want to put 4 more beans on the mat. Am I going to put those 4 beans on top of here? Nope. I am going to go to the bottom of the bottom row of my mat, and I'm going to put 4 more beans. So I'm going to remember my last count was 5, okay? And now I want to put 4 more, okay? So watch me do it. 5. Well, let me do 4. I don't want to confuse you right this second. So 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have 4 beans, 4 more beans on the mat. So now let's count the total amount of beans that we have. So if I have 5 and 4, which we learned from our lesson on yesterday, that 5 and 4 were hidden partners for what number? Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. Let's count and find out. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 and 4 were hidden partners for the number 9. So I have 5 beans at the top and 4 beans at the bottom. Okay, do we agree? 5 at the top, 4 at the bottom. That makes 9 for my hidden partners. Now, if I want to fill up this 5-group mat and make 10 and put 10 beans on this mat, how many more beans will I need to add to the 5-group mat? You are absolutely right, Miss Deal. This needs 1 more bean to make 10 and to fill up the 5-group mat. And I need to put another bean, paste it. There it is. Voila. My mat is all filled up. I have 10 beans, 5 at the top and 5 at the bottom. I have 2 groups of 5. 2 groups of 5 beans, 5 at the top, 5 at the bottom, which gives me a total of 10 beans. Awesome. Now, what I'm going to do is switch out my beans for my red cubes, okay? And my red cubes are over here hiding. So I'm going to say, bye-bye, Mr. Bean. You're now going to have a red cube. Even though I have a red cube there, I still have 10 objects on my mat. Taking away another bean. Bye-bye, Mr. Bean. I have 2 red cubes. Guess what? 2 red cubes and I have 8 beans. It's still 10. Taking away another bean. Bye-bye, Mr. Bean. I need another red cube. There we go. I have 3 red cubes and 7 beans. Taking away another bean. Bye-bye, Mr. Bean. I need another red cube and I have them hiding over here. Another red cube. Here we go. I have 4 red cubes and 6 beans. Taking away another bean. Bye-bye, Mr. Bean. Placing it with a red cube. I have 5 red cubes at the top, 5 beans at the bottom. I still have 10 objects on my 5 group mat, right? I sure do. So now, guess what? I'm taking away another bean. I'm adding 1 more cube. Now I have 6 cubes on my 5 group mat and 4 beans. All right, I'm going to take away another bean. I'm going to replace it with 1 more cube. I have 7 cubes on my 5 group mat and 3 beans. Taking away another bean. Bye-bye, bean. Add another cube. I have 8 cubes on my 5 group mat and 2 beans. Take away another bean. Bye-bye, Mr. Bean. Adding another cube. I have 9 cubes on my 5 group mat and 1 bean. Bye-bye, Mr. Bean. I have no more beans on my mat. And I am replacing him with a cube. How many cubes do I have on my 5 group mat? I have 10 cubes on my 5 group mat. So it doesn't matter if you use beans. It doesn't matter if you use cubes. I still have 2 groups of 5 to equal a total of 10 cubes on my 5 group mat. 5 at the top, 5 at the bottom. Awesome. Which makes us have 10. All right. This is the number 10. So this is the number 10. Do you agree that that's the number 10? Right. Do not get the number 10 confused with 1 and 0. Yes, we do have a number 1 in the number 10, and we do have a 0 in the number 10, but it's not 1, it's not 0, it's the number 10. But we do use those 2 numerals to make the number 10, and we have 10 cubes. This is the number 10 that represents the 10 cubes. Now you're going to watch me write the number 10. Okay, so I'm going to write the number 10 for you. All right, remember, writing the number 1, top to bottom, then you're done. You just wrote the number 1. What happened to my 1? Where's my 1? It just went away. Hold on. Let me try it again. I'm making a number. I want a line. Top to bottom, then you're done. I just made the number 1. Now I want to make a 0. To make the number 10, I need a scribble. Here we go, number 10. And I'm going to add some color. There you go. I just wrote the number 10. So, number 10, 1 and 0, but is it the number 1? But it's not the quantity 1. It's not the quantity 0. We're just using those numerals. We're using the number 1. We're using the number 0 to make number 10. Okay? So 10, 10, 10 cubes are being represented on this 5 group mat. There we go. So now is your time to show what you know. You are going to do your problem set, and it's going to be page 122 and page 123. and you will be doing it together with Miss Lunsford and your substitute teacher. And you are working with what number? Number 10. Have a great weekend, my babies.